Hey friends, I want to tell you a little secret today. I want to tell you the time about before I really lost my health. So I'm just getting started on my health journey. I'm just starting to try to figure out what's going on. I went from being a P90X girl, loved my exercise, to boom, it made me sick. Exercise literally made me sick, and not knowing why. I ended up going to the doctor in search of answers. These were the symptoms that I was dealing with by the time I allowed myself to go to the doctor. So I had extreme gas, I was bloated, IBS. I was so bloated that I was going from a size 0 pants in the morning to, by the end of the day, I was like a size 6 pants. So I was pretty extreme. I was going back and forth. So IBS, that's irritable bowel syndrome. Constipation, I was chronically constipated. Like, I thought normal or regular meant I was going once a month right before I started my period. So I thought that was okay. I thought that's regular. So once a month I was having a bowel movement. So I'm extremely passionate about constipation. We need to be going 2 to 3 times a day. It is vital for our health. Once a week, once a month, once every couple days, that's not normal. So I was severely constipated. I had weight gain, unexplained weight gain. After I had my kids, I just could never lose the weight. Food intolerances, allergies, rashes all over, exhaustion, joint pain, muscle pain, stabbing pains throughout my body, muscle cramps, weakness, word recollection issues, confusion, dizziness, fainting, blood sugar dysregulation, extreme cold intolerance, static shocks. I was zapping anyone who came near me. If someone came to give me a hug or a handshake or something, I was sure to zap them. And more extreme exhaustion. That was my list of symptoms. It was pretty extreme. And when I went to the doctor, they told me, your labs are fine. Everything's normal. You look great. I'm sorry, but this is just the signs of old age. And honestly, I'm like, old age? Did you look at your chart? How old do you think I am? At the time, I was 36 years old. It's like, I'm just getting started in life. Things are just starting to... My career's taking off. My kids are getting a little bit older. Things are just starting to get better. They're supposed to, right? Old age. And honestly, that was such a blessing, because I think if I were in my 50s or 60s, I would probably accept those symptoms as old age. I would probably just say, okay, I just need to tolerate this the rest of my life. This is what aging looks like. But I'm like, no, I'm 36. I can't accept that. That's not right. And friends, whether you're 25, you're 36, you're 55, you're 65, those are not normal old age symptoms. That's we don't have to age that way. That's not the way it's described in the Word of God. That's not the way it's described. If you look at the blue zone cultures, National Geographic did a study on blue zones. These are people consistently living into their hundreds with their health. We don't have to accept this as old age. I'm extremely passionate about that. This is not normal. Don't let anyone tell you this is old age. So it was a true blessing that I was 36 and being told this was old age. Because it lit a fire within me. It almost it fueled me to fight for finding the true root cause to the issue, because it was not old age and I couldn't settle for that. So I honestly went from doctor to doctor to doctor. I went chiropractic, I went functional medicine, I went medical doctor, I saw rheumatologist, I saw neurologist, I saw doctor after doctor, and I went through a minimum of 10 doctors. I don't have the exact count, but it was a minimum of 10 doctors. And none of them could help me get to the root cause. I got a little bit better, and then I'd go backwards. I'd get a little bit better, and then go backwards. Get a little bit better, be all excited, yay! Finally found resolve, finally getting better, and then go backwards. Finally, I found one doctor who happened to just be studying this one root cause. He just started studying it. I had no clue. He hadn't written any books about it. It was just a God-anointed visit. My first visit with him, and he had started studying it just like a week prior. And he looked at me and he says, I'm learning this. This is really new for me, but I believe there's one reason for all of this. You have all the symptoms for this one root cause to your issues. One root cause. One issue. And it took me over like 10 doctors, and it was just random that he had just started studying this. Friends, this was new information. They were just discovering it. Well, honestly, it shouldn't have been new information because it is very much laid out in the Word of God. But, so, before I let you know what this one root cause issue was, I want to give you a list of the symptoms that are tied to this. So, hear me out. It's long. While I'm reading these, take a listen. Does any of this sound like something that you've dealt with? Or do you deal with any of these symptoms? Take note of how many of these symptoms you deal with, because it could be the root cause to your issue, because most doctors don't know about it. It's not recognized by most doctors. It's hidden. People don't know. So here they are. I'm going to be reading my list. Fatigue, weakness, aches, muscle cramps, unusual pain, ice pick pain, headaches, migraines, light sensitivity, red eyes, blurred vision, tearing, so your eyes tearing up, cough, shortness of breath, abdominal pain. That was a tongue twister for me. Diarrhea, joint pain, morning stiffness, brain fog, memory issues, focus, concentration issues. You're not stupid. You're not stupid. There just could be one problem, one root cause. Word recollection issues, decreased learning ability, confusion, disorientation, skin sensitivity, skin rashes, mood swings, appetite swings, sweats, especially night sweats, temperature dysregulation. For me, it was cold. I could not tolerate the cold. It was so extreme. For some people, it's heat. They can't tolerate the heat. So either way, temperature dysregulation. Your body can't go back and forth. Excessive thirst, increased urination, constipation. And you can have constipation and diarrhea together. Those two can go together. I know they seem like opposites, but they can go together. Static shocks, numbness, tingling, vertigo. irregular heart rate, so it could be affecting your heart too, a metallic taste in your mouth, tremors, insomnia, weak bladder, incontinence, frequent urinary infections, unexplainable weight gain, edema, blocked fascia, stagnant lymph, liver damage, kidney damage, thyroid issues, adrenal fatigue, and honestly, as the symptoms pile on, as you get more and more exposed to this one thing, it can lead into so much more. But I want to share, like, this one thing was what caused my daughter to have bedwetting issues until she was much older than she should have been. It was something that doctors could not figure out. It's this one thing. Hear me out, because most of us don't look at this as a potential detriment to our health, but this one thing is mold. It's mold. Friends, we look at mold and we simply wipe it up. And it's honestly one of those things we don't want to talk about. It's embarrassing. It makes us feel dirty. It makes us feel like we've taken care of our home badly or poorly, but that's not true. It's not the case. Trust me, it's not the case. So mold is a huge issue for our health, and it could be causing all of those symptoms. If you need to go back and replay, it was a huge list. Go back and replay it. Check out what all those symptoms are. If you have signs of water damage, maybe your drywall is kind of have that brown tinge to it, or it's warped, boards are warped, stains on the ceiling, that musty smell in the air. These are all signs that you've got mold. And this mold is causing all of these side effects. And the problem with mold is once you start having one side effect, it accumulates within the body. It gets trapped in the body. And the body gets so stuffed with this toxin, this mold, that it just keeps accumulating until you get diagnosis after diagnosis after diagnosis. So I shared with you when I first went into the doctor. Within a couple of years, I had already had first the diagnosis of fibromyalgia, second, the diagnosis of rheumatoid arthritis with strong signs of lupus and multiple sclerosis. Next, I had another diagnosis called hypothyroidism, so I'm thyroid, and almost non-existent hormones. So most of my hormones had just completely tanked, my female hormones. Next, I was diagnosed with chronic inflammatory response syndrome. I was chronically inflamed, and my body reacted like this. It just was out of control. And finally, it eventually turned to a diagnosis of cancer. Friends, this is serious. Mold should not be taken lightly. One of the big things with mold is how you clean it. So in my bio, there is a link for how to clean mold. I think it's called the Household Toolkit. If you have not grabbed that, go to my bio, get the free link for that Household Toolkit. You need that. You need to know how to clean mold properly so it doesn't become more toxic, more detrimental to your health. Because as small as mold seems, it only takes the size of a quarter to make a person sick. Just that much. And if you live in Michigan or Florida, we're humid states, that's very common to see. So there's special ways to clean it, and it's cheap. It doesn't take huge amounts of money to clean it properly. So go to my bio, grab that free link, and get the tools, the resources that you need for cleaning mold. So, and next, I want to remind you, if these symptoms you've been dealing with, they've accumulated and accumulated and accumulated, and they're making you feel miserable. I know when I was in the worst of the worst state, I was nearly bedbound, and I can remember laying in bed and feeling like, wow, this is like some sick joke. I was in so much pain. If I moved my toes, I was in excruciating pain all the way to the top of my head. If I didn't move, I was in pain. If I rolled around, I was in pain. If I sat still, I was in pain. I was in so much pain. I was so sick, so nauseated. It's so horrifically just in such bad shape. I had to literally pull myself up the stairs. I was so sick. Or my husband would help kind of stabilize me as I was going up the stairs. I mean, I literally moved like most 80-year-olds move. Your body's made to heal. This is not your forever if you take it seriously. There's so much with mold. It can do so much damage, but yet your body is so smart, so intelligent. It can heal if you give it the right resources. So I hope you follow me. This next month, I'm going to be talking about mold and talking about how to heal from mold and all of that. So stay tuned. Keep in touch. Keep watching. But you are made to heal. You were made in the very image of God. You were created in His image. You were created by Him with a purpose. Not only that, you were given the mind of God. You have what it takes to heal. It's just first seeing it, just like we've been talking about the last month. You've got to be able to see it. You've got to be able to feel it, that you can be healed. You've got to know that you can be healed, and reach out for it and start taking little action steps. So keep following me, subscribe, like, share, keep following. Stay tuned, because you can heal. Your body's made to heal, friends. Don't accept that you can't heal. Don't accept that this is your forever. You can heal. I love you guys. Mwah.